Brayshaw takes a beauty. That's it. I'm growing a beard this week.
Thank you. Time back on.
Welcome back to Gus and Gawny, episode 3. We missed a week. Apologies. We did say fortnightly, and we have stuffed that right up.
Didn't take long, but we're here now.
Well, it was a big week. We had the
Gather round.
the sort of 6-day break leading into gather round, couple of flights, and we couldn't find time for each other.
No, we couldn't. That's all right. Good things come to those who wait. And here we are, sitting here on a Tuesday morning? Bright and early.
It is a Tuesday morning. We're very early. We've got the AFLPA coming in today.
Yeah, we do.
What do they talk about?
They just talk about footy stuff, really, don't they?
Trying to get as much money as we can, normally.
Yeah.
Just,
we should employ them here at Gus and Gawny, because we had about 5 people come in and sit in on our first podcast just to make sure that all the ducks were in a row and they've all sort of flown the coop. So maybe we need new strategic direction at the top.
How are we going on the guest front?
Well, all right, we'll bring it up now. I don't care. We'll air the closet out. So we sat down
About 2 months ago?
probably 2 months, and had a really what we thought was a terrific conversation.
Open and honest.
Yeah, open and honest about what we both wanted to get out. And the football club, in their infinite wisdom, decided to take some of the responsibility away from us and said, we'll take care of the guests. You just focus on being what was your role? You were the head of talent and
Head of,
something or other, and I was
head of organisation.
Yeah, we gave ourselves some fancy names. None of them involved getting a hold of any talent. And up to this point, they've probably failed completely.
No. They've got the CEO of Reach in Fergus.
Well, you probably got that. You're the Reach guy.
And Lockie Hunter.
The Reach
Lockie
guy.
Hunter's hard to get.
Hunter's that's a half volley outside of
Hunter
stump.
is hard to get.
We've got
we've got today, that's not us. That's the club.
Well, I mean, teammates of mine, I reckon I've played with. Well, everyone's seen at this point. So we've got the Shepmates is their official Insta
Miles
name.
and Archie.
Miles and Archie. Miles plays for Casey, so he's a teammate of mine at one point.
Are you implying not mine?
I don't think you've played.
I
with
think
him.
we're all part of it.
Have you played on? Anyway, we've got him. I think it's a teammate thing.
How's Elon going?
No email got sent to Elon Musk.
Okay.
Anyone who's listening would.
How do you know that?
Well, because
You're just presuming.
I asked.
Okay.
And they said, probably not. Probably not thinking Elon. So I've said stuff, taking things in my own hands.
Can you go through who you have DM'd?
I can, and just want to prepare you. There'll be some disappointment.
Okay.
Because, well, for example, the first people, it was a collective group chat in the physio room, and was taking input from all directions. The first name that came up, topical, because they performed a gather round, the Veronicas.
Okay, yep.
And I can confirm that they absolutely have not seen it, nor have they replied it. But I know they were active on social media.
Okay, so they've ignored us.
So there's one ignore. I've then gone Cam Smith.
Name 3 Veronica songs.
Forever.
Yep.
Gonna live forever. And then the other ones. Geez, I'm missing the other soda. Untouched. And then, because this question got asked me, In My Blood.
And you know how In My Blood goes?
No.
Okay.
Someone asked me. Anyway, the Veronicas,
glad we don't have the
stuff them.
Veronicas
They didn't want to come on. Then I asked Cam Smith, Live Golf, who are playing in Adelaide a week after the gather round.
Which is not Melbourne, but...
Not Melbourne, but I thought, you know what, the iron's hot. Let's strike there.
He's opened, or...?
Cam Smith, sent. No, not even.
Okay.
Not even looked at. Greta Thunberg, I went back to her.
Yep. She hasn't opened it?
She's not busy. She's busy.
Yep.
Sacha Baron Cohen was thrown out. Borat.
Yep.
Yeah, he'd be funny to have on.
Would be funny. Has he opened it?
Hasn't opened it.
Okay.
I watched Pitch Perfect the other night.
Yep.
And love Pitch Perfect. I don't know if you've seen.
All 3. Great.
Rebel Wilson.
Okay, yep. Australian flavour. I like that.
She's too busy.
She's obviously opened.
Yeah, no.
No. Okay.
LeBron James, the king, greatest of all time.
He's busy at the moment.
He's playing basketball, so I gave him a little bit of a
discount
on that. Yeah, they're playing playoffs footy.
Okay.
I mean basketball. Busy. Do you know who Tim Minchin is?
Comedian?
I'm pretty sure he's a singer. Kathleen said Tim Minchin. He's just released an aeroplane single with Asmara, and he's also in the Matilda movie and does the soundtrack for that.
You sure he's not a comedian?
I'd say 95%.
Does he do funny stuff in...
His Instagram bio says musician.
Okay, but does he do funny stuff in that musical or not?
Well, that's the sort of thing I'd love to ask him if he ever came on.
Okay, has he opened?
Seen. No reply. And he follows Andrew Brayshaw.
Seen and no
connection.
reply.
Seen,
Well, he's
no
not
reply.
coming on.
So Tim, yeah,
Sorry, Tim. He's obviously a listener.
That's flying the coop. Yeah, that boat set sail. I then went back to my roots, golf roots. Went John Daly.
Yep.
And he just hasn't replied.
Okay.
And then
You've had a busy afternoon.
And then Vance Joy was the last one I had. That was another musical.
And did Vance show any interest?
Vance hasn't even seen it.
Okay, so some really big names.
We
One
won.
person has read it, and I don't know who it is.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. He's dead to us anyway. Put him on the list of people who will no longer mention my name. But I just am, I think more than anything, glad to see some progress. Something happened.
I'm going to put the challenge out to our listeners. If you know someone's in town, and you feel like we're an outside chance to DM them and then be seen.
Perfect example. John Cena
was in town.
Yep. Is he going to see?
I would love to FU him through this table.
Yeah, we'd get probably a less structurally sound table so that he could, snap in half.
Well, he's a big boy. I feel like he'd snap this.
Well,
I don't know. Actually, would I be able to lift him?
Well, how's your knee going?
It's a great segue. Knee is good. I travelled to Perth and to Adelaide and did some
solid
genuine one-on-ones. Do you know, I did a big session in Adelaide Saturday morning. My knee is good. I did everything I should. I haven't trained with the group yet.
How many more weeks have you got?
I'll be 8 days away.
Nice. So you're going to play?
Is it Tuesday? No.
Monday night.
6 days away. 8 days away would have me playing on a Wednesday.
Yeah, you're playing Wednesday.
I'm 6 days away.
Nice. That's exciting.
But I haven't trained with you yet. So I should probably tick that off.
Yeah. Well, that's the next step probably then, isn't it?
That's the next step. But I haven't been able to.
Well, here we are. I'm pretty sure we got a training session this week without looking too far ahead.
Presuming we're going to train in the next 6 days. So I'll do that.
But you did come to Adelaide and we both had the gather round.
Yes.
I just want to let the audience know that when I heard the gather round, I flashed back to reach around and I was sort of just thinking, how can they make this mistake again?
It should be round of gather.
Round to gather together. But they obviously haven't listened.
Can we send that to Gil?
Yeah, I mean...
Round together around each other.
Just just think about it, Gil. But anyway...
I like the concept. Good concept.
Good concept.
A lot of people were brought into this topic, and I feel like ours is not going to get any sort of snippets at all with our commentary on what Gather Round has done. But round for gather. I think it's a good concept.
I went to a winery in Adelaide Hills for the.
I did see that.
Yep.
Were you prepared?
Social media hounds out there saw that I was wearing Crocs.
Were you prepared, or did you tactically wear?
Poorly.
Did you tactically wear Crocs?
Prepared poorly.
Okay.
And if anyone's out in Adelaide Hills, want to swing by Mount Lofty Estate, I'd recommend that. Did you have to do any...
What about if you're not in Adelaide Hills? What about if you're outside of Adelaide?
No
Should
point.
you travel to Mount Lofty or not?
It's like a 20-minute drive from the
You're
CBD.
not still on the books, are you? So this is your genuine...
This is genuine. Oh, it was beautiful.
Yep.
It was spectacular.
Did you pay for your wine?
Yeah, someone paid for the wine.
Yeah.
And the food.
Who?
AFL. It was an
Someone
AFL
in your
event.
group?
It was me,
Okay.
Ed Langdon, Brodie Grundy, Jack Viney, who...
What was the topic of discussion?
Alex Neil-Bullen was there as well.
Yep.
The topic of discussion.
What brings you five together in one room?
We actually spoke a bit about cycling. You might have a new cycling buddy.
Who?
Have a guess of those.
Brody.
So, yeah, good guess.
Yeah.
Ed's obviously...
Brody wants to do
inducted
what
cycler.
Ed's doing.
Yeah.
So,
well, don't speak to,
or does Ed want to do what Brody's doing?
Well, no, I'm just saying someone who wants to do what Ed's doing.
Are you implying me? Or
No, I'm just... Anyway, so that was a good day.
I was the original cycling fan.
Oh,
So
were you?
Ed has followed me.
Yeah, okay. Well, when we get Ed on, we'll talk about that.
Are we going to get Ed back on? There's no way we get Ed back on. So let's clear that up.
Oh, yeah, it was good. Did you have to do anything through that?
No, I flew home that night, went to the KCV, I was about to say Tullamarine, KCV Essendon at Tullamarine.
Yep.
Their team's not called Tullamarine.
Good win.
Good win. Just quickly on Gather Round. There was a little bit of PTSD sort of post-hub type stuff going on. Did you, in the elevators?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just, we had
A lot of...
six teams going through our hotel, the Pullman in central CBD Adelaide there. And yeah, the amount of small chat that I had to do.
You would notice, yeah, exactly. You're a talisman for that stuff. Everyone sees the big
Oh,
Gawny.
just get in the lift.
Gawny, how you going?
Who you guys got today?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, when's that? Oh, okay. Did you guys get the meatballs last night? That were good, weren't they? It was horrible chat. And there was a couple of people that I knew a little bit more, so you had to sort of once the lift stopped, you had to keep talking and hold the door open for that little bit and keep it going. So that was a little bit off. And then how many people were in Rundle Mall? Like I was scared of Rundle Mall. for a
I
bit there.
didn't go to Rundle Mall. I usually enjoy a quiet stroll down Rundle Mall.
Yeah.
The night before, day after for a game sort of thing. Didn't go there.
That was scary. Well,
There's a lot of people. It's a big city.
Yeah, I'd actually, unpopular opinion, but I'd find it pretty cool to play at Norwood.
Nice.
Yeah,
Is
would
that
you? Did you watch any of the Norwood games?
There's a big case to be made for the suburban ground.
Yeah,
I think on the back of that. I think someone said it was like the MCG.
I love a suburban ground.
Yeah.
Makes you feel like you're playing under 15s again.
Yeah. Well, as long as and the ground we trained at had a massive cricket pitch in the middle.
I think Norwood would have a cricket pitch as well.
But this one was you could just spray paint a few lines on and put the bales in and off you go.
It was
rock
good.
hard.
Key in the middle type stuff.
Yeah, key in the
let's
middle.
move on. We caught up the other night.
We did,
didn't we?
For not the first time. Our relationships branched outside of.
We went to the Comedy Fest.
We did,
and we saw a person that it's probably not in our wheelhouse, but it is in one of our teammates who was also there, Alex Neil-Bullen.
Yeah, Alex Neil-Bullen was the third.
Thinks this person is
the bee's knees.
The bee's knees.
Maybe we should. I'm going to message this person after the podcast
and see if we can get Alex.
Alex on with
Kitty Flanagan.
Kitty Flanagan. Who?
She was funny.
It was very
funny. She
funny.
went for an hour and 20 minutes. That's a long time to hold the crowd.
Time flew.
And she held us.
She held. There was a couple of people on the left of us, stage left.
Cacklers.
They were yodeling. Yeah. Everything short of yodeling for the whole.
I thought it was
hour
Danielle,
20.
but
yeah, it wasn't. I thought it was Danielle and Jess. I was sitting next to the two of them, and
they were cackling at something.
They laughed, but these people were obnoxiously loud.
Yeah.
Kitty, very funny. I don't know if you're that funny.
I recommend Kitty. I also recommend going to any comedy fest. Melbourne's pumping at the moment.
Yeah, see, Melbourne, if that feels like an opportunity for us to invite someone. Having said that,
stop promoting Adelaide and let's start promoting Melbourne.
Come back to Melbourne,
Beautiful
get back
city.
around.
Comedy Fest is absolutely flying.
I was a replacement for Jake Lever, late call up.
Yeah, Jake Lever was coming.
And for not the first time I've been, if people, the loyal listeners would remember the second episode where he came on and just about ruined everything. I got the call back, so I feel like I elevated the evening.
That's ironic.
Isn't it? Bit of irony there.
Yeah.
So how'd the night go from that perspective?
It was good.
Did you miss?
One of the things we talked about, we'll get into footy at some point. We've probably been going for a little bit too long here, but we talked about what we're going to do post-footy. Like that's a topic of discussion, always with someone who's getting a little bit older, so myself. And we were talking about post-footy, and I think Nibbler goes, you'll just run the bars, won't you? I said, look, I've got 2 wine bars, yes. And then...
One wine bar, one
and then Nibbler said,
restaurant.
Nibbler said, what are you going to do? And you said, I'll just run the bar as well. And it just sort of had us all a bit confused.
Not sure that's exactly how it went, but...
Going, what's Angus talking about, run the bar? Like, he's not going to run Max's wine bar. Like, that's Max's thing.
But wouldn't that be something?
Apparently... You're starting your own wine bar.
Well, you full well know that that's exactly what's happening, but yeah, I am.
Okay.
Opportunity popped up, and I mean, yeah, we've drawn battle lines in the sand before. You're obviously a pepper jack guy. I'm a bit more of a Penfolds operator, but yeah, opportunity came up. I love wine, and you've inspired me, mate.
I do buy into the
rising tide lifts all boats.
Rising tide lifts all boats, but then I also buy into.
What the hell am I doing?
Don't shit in your best mate's backyard.
So yeah, that's funny that you say that because I actually I was looking at the joint just next door to yours.
Okay, yeah. And you were thinking about that?
Oh, we were close to pulling the trigger, and I said, geez, probably the next door wine bar is going to be a tough sell when I come in on Monday. So it's in Richmond.
What's it called?
It's called Lenny's.
Wow.
Because it's on Lennox Street.
Have you trademarked that yet?
Yep.
So no one else can take it?
Watch it pop up tomorrow, but the spelling we can change. We can get funky with the spelling.
I feel like there's a Lenny's in hospitality somewhere out there, but not in Richmond, I dare say.
No. So it's on Lennox Street.
Wine.
We'll be serving wine.
And
a little bit of
like a cheese and biscuit or something.
Little cheese platter.
Yep.
Like fromage.
And is there any sort of if you walk in there, will someone go, "This looks a lot like East End," or no?
No, it's. I don't think so.
You're going somewhere.
Danielle, turns out Danielle's good for many things. Interior designing, like she used to do marketing.
She was always. We knew she was good for a lot of things. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying interior designing is probably one that I don't know if you knew.
Okay,
another string to
I didn't know interior design.
A plentiful bow. So she's she's getting involved.
All right, that's enough.
It's good. Yeah, it's opening soon.
Footy.
Wine bar wars.
Since
footy. Sorry.
Since the podcast, we have played Sydney and beaten them in reach round. The round for reach.
The reach around.
And And then we played West Coast over in Perth, and we got the job done there.
We did.
And then we lost to Bombers on the weekend in the round for gathering with your friends.
Yeah, gathering together.
So we won't go into that for too much detail. We got Richmond this week. Anzac Eve.
Significant, big game. This one's always circled on the calendar, isn't it? Feels like.
We got the 2 blockbusters. So Queen's birthday has been around for a lot longer. Well, now King's birthday actually hasn't. So this is the first time of King's.
Respects.
Sorry.
Hey, the respects.
Sorry.
She's not with us anymore.
Yeah. But Anzac Eve is genuinely a big game.
Huge game.
I know it's relatively close to your heart.
Absolutely. Yeah.
With Big
my,
Wilbur.
Big Wilbur, my older brother, serves in the army, so he's
We tried to get him on the podcast, but he can't give us any information at all. Apparently.
Yeah.
I just want
out.
something on the Australian government or.
But the Richmond clash. So
there is tickets available.
there is.
Ticketek's your place to go.
So I reckon we 85. I remember playing in front of 85,000 once.
I think the bigger the crowd in this game, the more chance of us taking the chocolates.
Well, isn't that an incentive for a on the fence Melbourne fan thinking about coming, not thinking about it's a Monday night? Should I? Shouldn't I?
Do you reckon we covered the please pump up the tickets and how it helps us win comment?
See, I reckon. I reckon we could have done even more. You know how we read those scripts out sometimes,
Yeah.
real stilted.
No, I'm actually serious.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
we
yeah.
do look forward to this game, and we love it when there's a big 9 maybe in front of the
Yeah.
number.
I've
There's
played
not many
with-
times we get that.
I reckon twice in my career playing in front of nines.
The 2 finals that
Yeah.
yeah,
I think they were the only 2 nines.
they were pretty cool. I don't think I've had a home and away. I reckon an Anzac Eve's gone pretty close.
85.
High 80s, yeah.
I remember, I don't know why, 85. I've got seared into my brain. So
And
if
what
we-
better night? Monday night,
Oh, Anzac Eve.
Tuesday public
your respects.
holiday.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the popular
The
opinion.
return of Gawny.
Popular opinion. This is the better of the Anzac Day games.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's...
I think it's just me and you that think that, and all the Melbourne supporters.
Yeah, I
but-
feel like that might just be inside this room, but it's a big fixture and we need everyone to come. And Sparks, I was talking to Sparks.
Well, hopefully in the last couple of days.
Yeah, actually, in hindsight, it was weird. He said if someone buys 100 tickets, he'll pay for the 5% of the 101st. So
Okay, that's good from Charles.
he's putting his money where his mouth is.
He will miss with
Yeah, he got
concussion.
concussed.
Myself, Jake Lever, I think are going to be up for
Available.
selection. And Big Brenny Brute League.
Yep. Well,
Obviously,
don't-
all of us have got to get through training. I won't tell any Richmond players about their injuries leading into the game.
Thank you. Appreciate that one.
And yeah, we talked about Casey before. Harmsy was unbelievable in his return. Bill Laurie was
One of my
great
favourite
again.
nicknames.
It is. I mean, it's pretty obvious. I had one of his mates come up the other day and say, "Why do you call him Bill?" And I couldn't believe it. But then I realised that he's 20.
Generation. It's a generational
Generation gap.
How about big Josh Shackey? Shackey watch, 4 goals.
Diesel's kicked 8 in 2 weeks, I think.
Just knocking at the door.
Got concussed at a bad time a couple of weeks ago, but he's back in a bit of form.
Never a good time to get concussed.
No, I can't name one. And that's a little recap. Obviously, we'll have the news hound come in and give us a bit more of a recap on what's happening in footy.
Hi, Jake Lever here. Zurich Insurance has been protecting Australians for over 100 years, from individuals and families to businesses, large and small. Just like a game of footy, life is unpredictable, which is why they offer a range of insurance solutions to help you protect what matters most. So why not head to zurich.com.au or contact your financial advisor today to see how Zurich can support you. Now, let's head back to Gus and Gawny.
Welcome back to Gus and Gawny. You would have just heard from our great friends at Zurich.
Won't bother going over it again, although we could because they're such dear friends of ours.
They are a massive Sporting Globe, obviously, as well.
Yeah.
Don't think we hear from them in that little break, but just want to give a little... Do
They're the next tier and then everything else.
you reckon they could mix together at some point?
Insurance
And pubs?
and pubs. Who
I mean-
insures the Sporting Globe?
If that's not a match made in heaven.
I don't know what it is. We've got Chin. Speaking of matches made in heaven, Chin in the news.
Hound. The news hound is back. We missed you last time.
Yeah, you did. That's all right.
Hunt
Good
sort
back.
of
Thanks for having me.
Sniffing down
Just sort of got
stories.
big on us that week. We were
Yeah.
too busy on reach and
Reaching around
working
and
out what the round should be called. Do you think it should be called reach around or round
Round
for
for
reach?
reach.
Round for reach.
Yeah, it's much
Yeah, we
more
thought so.
appropriate.
more appropriate.
But we've been busy, boys. We've been interstate a few times and
Yep.
lots has happened.
What has happened?
Yeah, that's a great segue.
Well, yeah, you've led me perfectly into my little segment here. And the first thing I'm going to start off with is our Guernsey this week. So obviously we play the Tigers. Massive game, Anzac Eve. For those listening, tickets are still available through ticketek.com.
Well done. Sold that better
So The Guernsey, for those watching, if you can see this, this is dedicated to Bluey Truscott. So it's what we're going to be wearing this weekend. And I don't know about you boys, but I'm very excited. It looks fantastic. You can get them at the Demon shop before the game, and they look wonderful.
They do look great. So it's dedicated to Clayton Oliver. Oh, sorry, Bluey Truck.
Redhead jokes. Sorry for everyone listening.
Also,
Who's
four-time best and fairest winner, Clayton Oliver.
True. Who's the Clancy? Remember that you just outed all the Clancys and said it's the worst name I've ever heard? And we have a few Clancy listeners.
There was one Clancy listener.
Yeah.
I'll give you a new one today.
So all the redheads.
Is there
okay.
a person with the name Cleven out there?
Cleven.
If there is one out there. There used to be a guy called Cleve Hughes who played AFL for Richmond. Okay. If there's a Cleve out there as a listener, you have a horrible name. Go on.
Wow.
Well, you touched on Clary.
Yep.
Now, I've just got a few amazing stats while we're talking about the greatest.
You're on fire.
Thank you.
Keep going, mate.
Well, in my eyes, Clary's the best player I've ever seen in my whole entire life. Yep. I'm sure you guys...
Cop that, mate.
You're definitely top 3 as well, Max.
Cop that, mate.
6 times.
But I've got a couple of stats for you. So
present company excluded. So
Clary has now had 7 matches of 25 contested possessions. He's the only bloke in the AFL to do that. The next highest is Dangerfield, Fife and Neil, who have only done it 5 times. Only 5 times. Okay, yeah. No, that's no knock on them. They're incredible players as well. But I think we don't actually appreciate what we're witnessing here. Like, this is arguably, potentially the greatest demon of all time, and if not one of the greatest players of all time. He'll probably finish his career with a couple Brownlows and.
Isn't he 21 or something?
25, isn't he? 26.
What's his best Brownlow finish at the moment?
3rd, I believe. What's yours, Gus?
He's going well. No, you're right. He's going terrific. No, it's not about
Pax, what's yours?
To come 3rd in the Brownlow's right up there, isn't it?
It is.
On the podium.
I'm 4th. The year Gus came 3rd, I came 4th.
It's not about us,
What a great
Max.
year
It's
for the
about
Demons.
Clayton. Is this news, though? Like, is he the greatest of all time?
Can we put a poll up?
Let's poll it up. I think I could...
Well, who are the other
social
options?
media.
That's how we say there's 5 options. It's obviously Steins, Barras,
Yep.
Oliver,
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Gary, Nita,
I would say Gorn also.
Flower. Wow.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, well,
Always, the
you
past
realise
player
the
is
more
always
names-
better than the present player.
recency bias is a
Yeah.
thing, so that could work in his favour.
Well, I wouldn't say Clary's there yet, but I think the potential of what the end of his career could look like.
How many All Shows?
He's at 3,
not
3,
bad.
I think.
That's not
Yeah.
bad.
3's not bad.
Yeah. Anyway,
So he's good. He's going good. That's
he's
news, everyone.
He's
Clayton
going
Oliver's
pretty. He's
playing
going pretty well. And he's 2nd in the league for the total disposals this year as well. Now we're just going to touch on Harmsy. So he took a few weeks away from the club for personal reasons. He was back. The nut was back last week.
Back.
Rolled in last Tuesday and with a big grin on his face. So that was great to see. And boy, did he perform well on the weekend. 35.
hard yakkers.
30. Yes.
Wow, wait. Straight back to it.
In a win for Casey, so that's I believe that's 4 on the trot, out at the hangar, and then lastly for me, we've had a few injuries. So we got Gawny, which you can touch on that yourself if you would like.
We've called it 8 days away, so
Yeah.
I miss Anzac Day.
The Max gone 8 days.
I'm back on Wednesday, unfortunately. I stuffed that one up, Jim.
That's all right. Rick expected to return in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, good to see him today. I haven't seen him for a bit.
Yep, and Brownie been dealing with a back issue for the last little bit. He almost got up for the game on the weekend, but had a little bit of stiffness. So,
Don't worry, Gawny's told everyone already.
You reckon he'll be back from a doctor's point of view?
in my personal, professional, expert opinion, I'd say get up this week.
Brownie is in. Beautiful.
And that's it for me, boys.
Nice.
Thanks for coming in, Kate.
That was crisp.
It's good of you to remember that the podcast was on this week.
Wouldn't miss it.
Except for last time. Thanks very much, mate.
Hi Gus and Gawny listeners, it's Christian Petrarca here. The team at Zurich Insurance have been protecting Australians for over 100 years. From individuals and families to businesses large and small. They're your go-to for life insurance, income protection and business insurance. So check out their website or speak with a financial advisor to see how they can support you. Now let's head back to the boys.
All right, welcome back. We've actually 2 breaks. We've never taken 2 breaks in our
I better get some
podcast
together.
history. Zurich, which we would
Again,
have just
yeah.
heard. Not sure if
Best
you guys
friends.
know, but Zurich are just a major sponsor, and they're great for insurance.
Yeah. Well, I'd recommend.
Do you have insurance?
No, but
Don't.
Okay.
Zurich is the one to go to.
Zurich's the one to go to. And
Yeah.
Sporting Globe for a
there's
tin.
a place to do it at Sporting Globe if you want to do it. Like you
Really?
take your laptop to Sporting Globe, connect to the Wi-Fi.
I've got Wi-Fi.
Oh, right.
And
Really?
Yeah, you'll be able to get Zurich insurance just like that.
A bit more involved there.
So we've double dipped on the sponsors, but everyone who's
No, we
listening
love
at this point, yeah, exactly.
You always double dip on the
You
sponsors.
got to look after them. So the people who've clicked on the link know already. We got the Shep brothers in, Archie and Miles.
Yep.
So we'll
I think
introduce
they go
them
by
now.
Shepmates or Shep brothers.
What did I
They're
say?
both.
The Shep-
Either or,
Yeah.
they're both
Yeah.
true.
They're
so.
both true.
Welcome, boys. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having us,
Thanks
boys.
for having us.
Excited.
The hour and a half trek from Balnarring's nearly got a hold of us, but
Yeah.
Yes.
we've pushed through. You ran a few lights late just to get in, so we appreciate that.
We were sweating. We were sweating.
What's happening on the Monash this morning? Much?
We didn't actually
just
go
a
to the
lot of
Monash.
cars.
We looked at the maps and there was a lot of red on the Monash, so we're like, let's go elsewhere. And that
We
was
went Warrigal
probably
Road
worse.
actually
Okay.
through Bentley, and it was worse. So
okay.
yeah,
For everyone listening, it's a bit of a double service where they're now doing the traffic as well,
I
but
wanted to avoid the tolls. Smart. It's smart. in there,
yeah.
I know.
which is strange.
We should be able to cover the tolls.
We should.
Yeah,
Well,
we
I mean,
we can't. But
our budget's gone.
we should be able to cover
Mark,
the
come on,
tolls.
Zurich.
I think you're generous enough to cover our parking across the road. Which
Well,
is great.
yeah,
So-
just leave that one with us. We've
that might actually.
Mate, maybe not.
we'll speak off camera. We'll speak off.
Yeah, well,
So Miles and Archie. Miles, first of all,
Yes.
Casey Demon. I was about to say Scorpion. That obviously is not true. Throwback to the yesteryear.
We do refer to ourselves as the Scorps.
Yeah.
Still, I mean, Kay Chandler has a scorpion tattoo on his forearm.
He's
He's got that after the flag last year.
Yeah.
You had a win on the weekend.
Yes, we did. Another good win.
Yeah.
Jeez, we're really winning some good games at the moment. Who we played? The Bombers. Like they were good. They were going to test us. We knew they were going to be a tough team, and they tested us in the first half, but just were told to respect the game and came out hot in the second and in the second half, and really put on a good show. So
I've heard you just
Loving
rock
it.
up to training like that at Frankston to get a go at the Frankston Dolphins. You just rocked up and just said, "I'm going to train."
Yes.
Same thing happened at Casey. Or?
So miscommunication there, or did you just?
It's all about
that was
respecting the
just
game.
arrogance.
It was just pure naivety, that Frankston situation.
Just do
Casey,
that. We got training this hour at around 11.
Yeah.
That's on the
just rock
time,
up.
but just
they
rock
might
up.
not, they
Just
might
come
not
to
say
the-
no. Well, they didn't say no to me at Frankston. They're like, oh, you're actually okay. You can hang around for another few weeks. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Was it a pre-season session?
it was, their first pre-season session.
wasn't it?
Yeah, and then I did 3 weeks there, and then Casey actually invited me to try out, so I tried out there.
So there's some formal
And I'm getting
proceedings with
in.
Casey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I wouldn't have got in at Casey if I didn't do those
Frankston
few weeks.
just got him fit for the Casey trial.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
It was straight after
Pre-season.
COVID. I was trying out against 20 blokes that hadn't seen a footy in a year, and I'd done 3 weeks at a VFL session. So
And do you play, Archie?
No, I play. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't go to the Frankston tryout or
Yeah.
anything like that. But yeah, just down at local level at Crib Point on the
Crib
Mornington,
Point.
Mornington
Cribby.
Peninsula League.
Wow. So
So
you're both Crib Point boys?
yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
He's
boys.
actually the skipper down at
Yes.
Crib Point. Whenever
Well,
he gets
every
a game,
time you
so.
get picked for Casey, Crib Point lose their skipper.
Well,
Jesus,
so,
there's
no.
another- there's a
So we've got Brad Arnold, who's our skipper for the last 6
Yeah.
or 7 years, and then
leader sort of type.
Yeah.
So
I'm sort of co-captain with him.
Yeah.
So he looks after the troops when
Yeah.
I'm not there, which
Holds the fort down.
I haven't
Yeah.
been there for the last
Does that mean
4
every time
weeks.
you're there, you get to flip the coin and stuff because you don't get it? To
Well,
do it that
I'm
much?
yet to do that, so
Yeah,
I assume
yes.
so. I assume when I come in, I'll have the duties to do the handshake, flip the coin, give the speech.
Have you thought about sharing with Mitch White at Casey as well? With your experience?
Just rock up at the centre circle, mate.
Just walk in and start giving the boys a pump up. And they'll-
Don't wait for the
That's all
formal
right.
Whitey proceedings where he invites you to do it.
Get that. So we've done a little bit of research. You've got 130,000 Instagram followers and 350,000 TikTok followers.
yeah,
Correct.
So we just wanted to know
yeah.
how much inspiration did you take from Christian Petracca when he started his TikTok stuff? And
Do you have more than Petracca?
we would love it if you had more.
I
don't know.
don't
What's
keep
track
count
at?
on what track's at, but I believe he takes inspiration from us.
Okay,
He
yeah.
So
started-
you were there first?
Yeah,
You did it first?
we
absolutely.
were definitely there
Yep.
first.
Because we've both got brothers who were talking about this, and we both carry on. We both watch sports, but none of us had this idea to start filming it and putting it on, TikTok or commentary or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know how.
I don't think brothers is the prerequisite.
Well, they're brothers.
Like it's handy.
How did it
is
come
handy.
about?
Yeah.
Tell me the genesis. Like, was one of you? That's pretty funny. So we should film it and put it on social media. Is that how it went?
Pretty much.
Pretty
Yeah,
much,
we were
yeah.
doing other stuff. We were doing quizzes in the car. Like we were just working our 9 to 5s, and then we'd knock off and meet each other and
This
do
quiz
this.
would just come on
Yeah.
at 5 o'clock, and we'd jump in the same car and just it's called World Easiest Quiz.
Yep.
And there'd be 30 seconds, 10 questions, and pretty
Is it
much
easy?
people easy as
Yeah.
like that was the whole point of it. So people would jump on and they just like get the questions wrong, or like a question might be, "Did you brush your teeth this morning?" Just like a quick easy question, and they go, "Did I brush my teeth this morning?" And we're just like, "Mate, just say yes or no." Like, get to the next question. So we just
got 30
rage quit,
seconds.
and that got us like 10,000 followers just by doing that. So.
And then you.
And then
you
I
went from
released the infamous Mitchell Stark first ball,
Yeah.
the Ashes. and
Rory Burns
that-
missed a straight one.
Rory Burns missed a straight one.
Brilliant.
Yeah. And
So
then
it
that
sounds
brought
like
us
a
up.
plan though. Like you've gone and said this is something that you said you had 9 5s. I assume you're no longer doing that, and this is like your full time sort of operation. So
Yeah.
it's like this is an idea we had. We made all these plans. Did all
Well, this is 8:15 as well, before 9 now.
Yeah,
So
exactly. But
working
like
big
you've done
hours.
it. Boys. You've done it. Have you?
Yeah, it's.
It definitely wasn't like a plan on where we are now. Like,
Yeah.
But we
definitely
could see
wouldn't have
where
seen
this
that.
could go. Like
Yeah.
we knew, geez, we're getting some traction here. Like if we give it a crack, like who knows where this could go. That's sort of what we're doing now. I mean, even with everything we do, it's sort of just say yes, do it,
Yeah.
see what happens afterwards. And
So I saw
that's
you at a
what's got
golf
us.
course. Have you got a golf was it Rosebud?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Rosie.
Rosie.
Yeah.
So
Rosie.
you got an ambassadorship down there that you're just walking around with your cameras playing golf. Like that feels like something that I really missed the boat on. You know?
Yeah, they
And you
look
have a
after.
brother, so I don't know why.
I've got
you
brothers
didn't-
in
You've got a
there.
brother, so I don't know why.
I
you
saw
didn't try
Daisy
it.
Thomas down there as well.
Yeah,
so-
they look after us down there at Rosebud. Danny, great man down there.
I missed the
CEO.
trick. That's making me a little bit flat. But
So you've clocked it. You've
done
clocked
it.
life. You've done it.
I wouldn't say
mate,
that. I
you've
would
got-
not, no, I would not say that.
Would not say that.
so what's next? So you got to this point. You've said you can see the traction, but you could never see it getting this far. Do you ever pinch yourself and say, "All right, what are we going to go do next?" Or is it just?
I think we've got so many different ideas.
Yeah.
We don't want to launch into too many things too quickly because there's just a lot happening already, and we want to make sure our next move is like the right one.
Yeah.
We're only young, so like it's not like we've got
How young for the listeners listening?
21.
21.
Can't
so-
ask that.
That's young.
How's the female audience going on with Gus and Gawny?
Well, significant.
Yeah,
Corny's
we've got-
obviously.
yeah.
Have a look at Corny.
We've had multiple requests for Trent Rivers, and I can only
Yeah.
presume that's.
Yeah, well, that's read
that
between the
half.
lines. Read between the lines there.
Yep.
Well, you guys single, are you?
Yeah, both
Okay.
single lads.
Nice.
Well, we'll get Spargs onto it.
Yeah. 2 for 1 deal.
Spargs, our wheeler and dealer.
2 for 1.
Could you call a live game? Do you reckon? Can
We
you
haven't
commentate?
tri-
Can
we
you
haven't
actually
tried it. We
Can you
haven't tried
commentate?
it. Haven't tried
We were
it.
in Adelaide last week for Gather Round,
Yeah.
and we were at this little kids clinic. Collingwood were running a clinic, and we were just had to film some stuff.
Yeah.
And Archie just started riffing. There was this Auskick game, and he was.
Yeah.
You just started commentating
These
the
are
game.
just 10-year-olds though, so
Yeah.
it's like
Okay.
I didn't know their
They need the
names, so
feedback.
it's just
They need the feedback.
You're actually decent for about 30
Yeah, I don't know. I was
seconds
reeling it off quite easily. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe this commentary gig isn't too hard. So.
Well, they do it in teams. It's not one punter just doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But none of your skits have been actual you commentating.
No,
It's
no, no.
always.
It's been the lip sync commentary and then other skits,
Yeah.
which
Someone else's work
commentary.
that we rip off.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
is it hard?
It's harder than probably people think. So I wouldn't know what people think. How hard do you think it looks?
Well, you make it look easy, boys.
To get it to the exact point, I'm presuming is quite hard.
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
I mean, it takes a bit
Takes
of
a
prep
lot.
going into it.
Yeah.
I think we've probably only had one video where we got it first go.
Yeah.
But this is after like
Pop the
That'd have been
champagne.
first go.
that was
Pop the
euphoric.
champagne, boys.
Yeah.
This is first go after you press record. So like
Yeah.
before you press record, like there's heaps of practice and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You would have went out to the Crib Point pub or something that night.
Had a pop of
There's no pub. Oh, there is a pub in Crew Point, but that's not the local. But
Okay.
Yeah.
the Heritage in Balnarring, you've been there?
I've been to the Heritage actually.
Yeah.
Great
Yeah.
pub.
It
So
is
that's where we all
Good
You're a
pub.
huge boy, aren't you?
Good pub.
I think voted best country pub in Oz or something.
Yeah, that was a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the
anymore.
local.
We're not selling Balnarring, but it's great to hear that it's a really nice suburb.
Do you guys come up with your own stuff? So are you watching footy and sport? I mean, obviously you've come up with the Rory Burns one, but or just people send stuff in and or is it a mix of both? How do you get the clips?
Oh, I was going through the DMs
yeah.
yesterday. It's just heaps of people just like, it's just flooded with like links. Like, try this one, do this one. This is a Scottish one, or this is a rogue
Our
Irish
audience
one,
is getting
like-
more broad as well
Yeah.
now because like we've done a few American ones, so we've got more American followers, and then all of a sudden they're sending us clips
Yeah.
with American commentary, which
Wow.
are gold. So there's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a whole lot
There's
of
a lot of good
very
stuff out
diverse.
Has anyone taken you off yet?
I don't think so. Oh, there's been people.
It's going to be a
that-
tough takeoff. I mean, you
No,
have
but
a
is there
twin
is there
and-
is there a competitor?
There is a competitor in the UK.
there is, but it's just one bloke, and he,
We're not
he's-
sweating, Gawny.
We're not losing sleep over this bloke in the UK. Put it that way.
Yeah, for those that don't know who you are, Shepmates on Insta, TikTok and whatnot.
Yep.
And you do clips basically taken off commentary and great commentary clips.
Absolutely, yeah.
There is some that's one of you don't even say a word to, which I find hilarious. Like there's one like just you're doing the reaction like in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the best Demons one you've done? Or have you done a Demons one?
Oh, we were going to do Clary's.
Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, we were going to do that.
A lot of requests.
That's the one that
Can we put in a request?
Yeah.
You can.
We were speaking before you came, obviously, and I said one day if
There's
they
a
have,
few. Like I kicked 5 in a prelim and they're all great calls.
forget that
There's
one.
yours against Geelong.
Yeah. They're all. Each goal does a great call.
Okay.
Okay, so it's a
It might
montage
just be this
video.
guy's a magician or something, but
We would love
but like, obviously,
our
Yeah,
team
memorise
votes
it.
for bang. Bang,
yeah,
bang,
we
bang.
want bang, 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 granny.
Okay.
So if you can make that happen, we'd very much appreciate it. The other thing I wanted to know is that, you ever heard of Tom Bug? Remember Tom Bug? Teammate
Yes.
Of,
Yes.
ours back in the...
I think I met him.
Yeah, you could easily have. He's around the show.
You might have. Probably in the social game.
Yeah, he's a social guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, we had him on a couple of years ago, and he said, and we asked, because I run a feeble social media operation here at Gus and Gawny, and he said, look, boys, the way to take your game to a new level is this thing called snippets, which we didn't really understand.
We laughed him
Had a
at
bit
the
of a
time.
laugh.
Yeah.
Some snippets, just short little clips. Turns out Buggy was onto something, and if we had got the snippets up and going properly, we would have been...
Basically, you guys just do snippets, just non-stop little short reels they're called now. almost, or-
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
and
so
we got
missed that
told
ship.
5 years ago to
We got
jump
given
on snippets.
we got given the golden goose and we let that one run. So now the question we've got for you guys is what trends next? What's the new snippet for the next couple of years? You guys got your finger on the pulse.
Oh, is trend for us or just
Anything.
Anything.
Just need
Anything.
something
What's
at this point. We're looking at something to expand.
For
our
Gus and
social media.
Gawny as well.
Don't you
That
think?
as well. Well, I mean, we're trying to get Gus and Gawny going on socials, but the one thing that's missing is Angus doesn't want to. So
Do you have like a game, like a quiz that you do, like a test, like a leaderboard every week?
So
You know?
this is the next thing.
Just keep talking, boys.
so what's
you
this,
know,
like
pads
interaction?
are out.
Like you could play a game and then you could have a timer. I don't know what the game is, but you
I've
get
got
a
an
timer.
idea.
or you
How about
get-
the easiest quiz?
World's
of all
easiest
time?
quiz.
World's easiest quiz?
The easiest
brush
quiz
your
that we've
teeth
ever
before?
made.
We'll
I
go
don't think it's
down-
been done before. You get an extra 10k followers pretty quick, I reckon.
That's the way in.
Oh, mate.
But you've got to show genuine care into the socials, I think.
Well, I think
Do you show genuine
Yeah,
care into
Yeah,
your socials?
yeah, it's a lot of time and effort.
well, you'd be surprised. I cried myself to sleep every night thinking about snippets and what could have been. So
Have you come across Barbie Onions, the Instagram page?
That was
Is that your page?
I walked so you boys could run. I set the tone in that space. So
Take one for the day.
All right, we've got 2
I
more.
have.
Apologies for how brief this is.
No,
but,
it's
we love it. It's on us. We should have been in here earlier.
first one is, do you know Prime Train?
we do.
We do.
Okay.
We do know the man.
Anything else on that?
Uh,
There's no other follow-up question.
do you have any thoughts?
I don't
feelings?
know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We love him. We love
He's
Prime.
only come across me algorithms every now and then. But
No, we love Prime.
No, we love him. He's
Okay.
he's a
Great
good
guy.
guy.
he should rock up to VFL training one day and just without.
I'm honestly surprised he hasn't, and you have one, to be honest. Just,
I reckon that would go down really well too.
I think he did play a little bit of VFL.
okay.
He played at Aspley and then they went into the VFL and then got relegated. So.
Yeah. And tell me your last question's better than that one.
Well, it's not a big like. We're finishing on this. Who do you go for?
Tigers. Gee whiz.
Both
Oh,
That's a really inquisitive question.
It's
What are you asking
a great week to have 2 Tiger supporters in.
yeah, I mean,
Do you have
Yeah,
tickets?
the prelude.
Do you have tickets to the game?
No.
We'll go on Ticketek. There's a great little. Have you got the membership link?
Ticketek.com. They're
Ticketek.
probably not Melbourne members if they're.
no,
So the
probably
link wouldn't
not.
work for them, but
And my last
we
one
go,
is
for the
big.
love of Christ.
What's the best bit of work you've done? If you're a Gus and Gawny
on your
listener,
tombstone, the Shepmates tombstone.
that's not the Joe Burns miss.
Okay.
of work.
Are you familiar with darts?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
100%.
got to
Is
be
it the
our
Van
favourite.
Gerwen 17 data?
No,
it's
that
the-
is in.
Can we put
That's
in
in the
another
wheelhouse.
request?
We're
Get
gonna
that
get
one.
that
Yeah.
out.
And in
Yeah.
That is
into
just
the nine-
good.
into the-
Tell you what, boys.
Yeah.
9 data.
Nah, he does 9 darts and then starts throwing another 9 back to back and then gets 17 through.
Yeah.
And misses
Oh, you
the
said
last
17.
dart.
We said
Yeah,
7
yeah,
data.
yeah. So we haven't done that one yet, but it was
Boys.
the it was a
It was
nine.
the
dart.
greatest leg of all time. It was
Yeah.
like
Oh, it's
two
Commentary
blokes
was
on back to
unbelievable.
back 9 darters.
I feel like it's been a short but value added both sides interaction. We've given him the bang bang. I'm surprised you haven't hit that one. What was the dart one you've done?
It was Van Gerwen,
Van Gerwen.
and Smith.
Yep,
Michael Smith.
Michael Smith.
Yeah.
That's the one.
World
They went head to
Championship.
head. It was a game on the line, and
Yeah.
I think they both got 9 darters.
Yeah,
Or one of
both
them
on
did,
a
and
nine.
the other one just missed on the
I think I've
last.
seen both your version and their version. I
Yeah.
think it's good. Yes.
Yeah.
It went gangbusters, so and that was fun one to do.
Well, there you go, boys. Couple of videos to get up and going. Bit of homework for you to do.
Yep,
Let
bang,
me
bang,
know.
bang. I think.
We're going to be late soon, so good luck with
Thanks, boys.
everything. It's exciting to watch.
Yep.
Good luck this week against Richmond.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for
Good
coming
luck
on.
for us
Thank
against
you.
Richmond. Apologies.
Yes.
Yes.
That might be hard for you, actually, VFL against Richmond, playing against...
Do you have to take
I did it last year.
Oh,
Where does your
On
heart
Punt
lie?
Road, which was a bit.
What happens there?
It was a bit weird.
Yeah.
It was because I was a fanboy of Richmond growing up. You know,
Yeah.
walking past Punt Road, and I was playing there last year against them, so that was a bit
You'd
weird.
be playing
but-
against a few listed players as well, who I imagine you've sort of
Yeah.
watched on the way through. So
I mean, last year was the wake-up call in the first 5 seconds when Morris Rioli was tackling me from behind. I was holding the ball, but
Yeah.
that'll do it.
no, it was good.
Well,
All
thanks,
right, boys.
gents.
Yeah, thanks for coming
Good
on.
on.
Enjoy the
Lads,
traffic home.
thanks so much.
Let's go to the PA meeting. I guess.